All right, we got the screen recording going. So we starting?
We're starting.
All right, this is the start. Hey guys, welcome to the Endurant Podcast. Our goal with this podcast is to help small business owners implement AI into their operations of their business to help you streamline and just be more effective, right? My name is Tyler Ames.
And I'm Brendan Engel.
And we aren't experts in AI, but we are basically what we're doing is we go through, we research things, and our goal is to present that research to you, right?
Yes.
That's one of the things we're going to be doing today. So, we got some fun stuff for you today. I'm really excited. First thing I wanted to pull up here. Oh, I lost it. Where'd it go? Here we go. Had this TikTok I thought was kind of funny. So I wanted to play that real quick, if it'll let me.
Technology hates us.
Technology hates us, dude. I don't know why. Oh, there it is.
A play button.
How am I doing? Good.
Should I just do that?
Good, how are you? Do you want to go out for ice cream? Let me ask Chat. Hey, Chat, should I go out for ice cream?
Hey, well, if you're in the mood for ice cream, why not?
I need a yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Hey, Chat, I have some major life decisions that I need guidance on. Can you help me with them?
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you. Do I break up with my boyfriend?
I'm really sorry you're feeling this
It's
way.
me, dude.
Remember, it's
It's
important
me.
to communicate openly with each other.
Sounds good, Chat. I'm going to break up with him right now. Thank you.
You know what? It's not a
why I
bad
thought
idea,
that was
right? We should have AI therapists.
No.
No? AI
we should
counselors,
not.
AI life coaches.
Dude, I thought that was so funny,
that is
though.
really funny.
Because some of that I do catch myself doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Sometimes.
a small decision. I can't make my mind.
Yeah,
It's basically a random number generator.
it is. Yeah.
Oh, you
Or it
really
can
have
act as
to.
one.
You have to urge him though, because he's really unbiased.
Yeah. And that's kind of what, I mean, in that example, what he did was, he said, I want a yes or no.
I know. Yeah.
So you have to
Like
prompt
you have
it,
to
right?
be like, listen, Chat, just give me your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear your
Yeah.
watered down, whatever, wishy-washy,
Yeah.
centrist ideas.
What is nice is that you can now, and that kind of goes back to the customizing the GPT settings. You can do that.
Yeah,
Like where you can
that's true.
I wonder if you set it to say like, oh, only give me yes or no matter what,
Hmm.
would it do it?
Probably.
I'd like to try that.
Yeah, because I mean, it'll do it in your chat
Yeah.
when you ask it to. So
Yes.
yeah,
I'd be curious to find that out. I might
For
put
sure.
a pin in that. Maybe if we have time, we'll come back to that. Maybe.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
let's do it.
Yeah, I thought that was so funny though, because there are a lot of people who are going that route.
Yeah,
And like I
mean,
said, I find myself kind of sometimes
me
I
too.
find myself going down that route of being overly reliant on ChatGPT, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you have to realign yourself and be like,
Yeah.
okay, can't do everything with that. You gotta make yourself think about things. You gotta do it yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know?
Well, what I like to do a lot with ChatGPT is I'll ask it for criticism only
yeah.
and no suggestions.
Oh, no suggestions. So like, what does that mean?
So it won't give me ideas. So like, for example, if I'm writing something,
Yeah.
I will say, here's what I wrote. Look at it. Tell me the weaknesses.
Yeah.
Tell me what's wrong with it. But don't give me any writing suggestions at all. Don't tell me what to write.
Really?
Just tell me what's wrong with it. Tell me what's weak.
Okay.
And that's really helpful because maybe I'm kind of in a tunnel where I don't see where my weaknesses are,
Yeah.
right? And it's actually strengthening my own writing
Yes.
instead
Yep.
of crutching.
Yep. For
So,
sure.
That's what I
Yeah.
do.
And I do think sometimes if you don't specify things like that,
Mhm.
it does tend to be super
It
agreeable.
will
And I know we've talked
always
about that
be.
before.
Yes, I have to.
It's
I
very
have to be
agreeable.
like, dude, don't tell me you like something
Yes.
that it's not good. Just tell
Sounds
me the
great.
truth.
Now, sometimes I have ran into this thing. So, like, every time that if I like say I'm going to write an email and I'm asking for it to, proofread it or say, how does this sound? It will always rewrite it for me.
Yes.
It won't ever say, yeah, this is good. It'll say, yeah, that's okay, but this is better.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
always the case.
Yeah,
And I
that's
don't
true.
know why. But
You can ask
it's
just to
weird.
say, hey, just critique it.
yeah, and just critique it.
Don't give me any suggestions because I don't like to do
Yes.
that. For art, like
Yeah.
I would say if you're writing like an about me page on your business or whatever,
Yes.
something like that, it's fine.
Yeah.
But if you're writing, something like a magazine article
Yeah.
or something like I don't know, a short story,
Yeah.
you don't want any AI help with
Yes.
that. That's wrong,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was really funny though. So
Yeah,
just
that
wanted
is
to share
funny.
that,
Yeah.
That was a little corny, but what was I gonna say? Oh, do you want to go? Do you just want to hop into the segment?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, dude. I think it's gonna be fun.
We got a segment.
There's one you can't look at this for. So which one are we gonna do first?
I'll put it away.
Well, which one do we want to do first?
We could do the prompts.
The prompts. Is that the yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that one you can actually look at.
Okay, cool. I like looking at stuff.
All right. All right. So, okay, let me explain this, I guess, first, right? So, this kind of segment we wanted to do real quick was I generated, I don't know if I generated.
Maybe you did.
Who knows? So, I or ChatGPT generated these 3 like little short story statements here, or fun facts, or whatever you want to call them. And so, I'm going to ask Brendan each one of these, and he's got to tell me whether ChatGPT came up with it or I came up with it.
I got this.
I hope so. Well, actually, I hope you don't. And so the reason is because I'm hoping that this can kind of help us evaluate. You know, if I go to like write an email with ChatGPT and I send it to someone, now like I'm careful with it, you know, like will that person, just by looking at it, not uploading it to like some sort of detector, but just by looking at it, will they be able to study it and tell, okay, this sounds like this person or doesn't? You know what I mean?
I think I'm really good at recognizing ChatGPT's voice.
I think you are too.
Because
that makes sense.
He has a certain accent.
Voice. Like the actual
No. I mean like in his typing.
Okay.
He has a certain way of saying stuff.
Yes.
I can kind of pick
that
up
gives
on.
It away?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope not. I've got high hopes for this.
All right, let's see what happens.
Okay, let's see what we got. All right, here's the first statement. If you stacked every slice of pizza Americans eat in a day, the cheesy tower would reach higher than Mount Everest. That's a lot of pepperoni and questionable life choices. And somehow, we still argue about which city makes the best slice.
I'm going to say that's you.
That's me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
that
really?
is ChatGPT.
Okay.
All right,
yeah,
this is good so far.
Take it back.
This is good so far.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm hoping that if you can't detect this, if you know I'm sending a text to someone and I'm proofreading it,
yeah,
or like I ask them what should I say to this, you know, they won't be able to know either, right?
No. Well, and okay, let's be honest. I wanted to say chat first. But then I was like, no,
you can't.
I did. I swear.
You can't go back on that.
It's true. But I wanted to be right.
Why didn't you say it?
I second guessed myself. I got to ask ChatGPT next time.
Is this you?
Yeah.
Is this you or is this someone
Help
else?
me out real quick. I'm on a podcast.
This is my lifeline.
I don't want to be wrong online.
Well, that's why. Okay, and you've got some too, right?
Well, I do.
And so he's got some too. He'll give me, and we'll kind of.
Well, I want to say something real quick. I was wrong in the first episode of the podcast.
Okay, what was it?
Miyazaki, Studio Ghibli artist. It's not dead.
Not dead.
No.
Oh, what does he think about? What does he think about all this stuff?
Well, he's anti.
Because there's the art, right?
He's anti. Very anti.
Well, of course, yeah. But yeah. Is he like trying to actively? Oh, so just an explanation.
Yeah.
This is going back to our first episode. We were talking about was it
Studio Ghibli?
Is that what it's called? Studio Ghibli.
Yep.
I don't know if I said that right.
No, Ghibli's right.
Ghibli. Okay.
Yeah.
But you know, basically, people were kind of copying this art style, right? This comic style, and it's infringing on trademarks, right? So,
yes. Yeah.
So is he like actively? What?
I just heard noise. Sorry.
Was it the air conditioning?
No, it was just a creaking.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
Crap, I lost my train of thought.
Something about Studio Ghibli.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so is he
People
like
were-
taking like steps for like lawsuits, or who would you even sue on that?
I don't even
Like-
think he is. I just think he's staunchly against it, and I agree with him.
Well, because is like Soro? Was it Soro?
It was 4.0, ChatGPT 4.0.
4.0. Okay, ChatGPT 4.0.
But anyway, I was wrong about his death, and I just want to mention that.
Yeah.
It was not
Okay.
true. Yeah. I don't know why I thought he died.
Yeah, we might have said a few things wrong. I think I know when I was talking about automation AI 2 episodes ago, so like first episode, I know I was wrong on a few things.
Sweet. Okay, we could both be wrong.
Yeah, we're both wrong.
That sounds good.
Yeah, very sorry about that. We will try to. That's actually an important point. We will try to catch ourselves if we
Yes.
if we make mistakes. Honestly, comment if we make a mistake. If we say something wrong, we
Yeah.
want to know.
Please.
So please do.
Yeah.
You know, so if we're wrong about something, please comment. We would love to be able to know.
That would be
And
good.
then we will honestly, I mean, maybe not address everything, but we'll try to address things that we're wrong on.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a segment.
And following up. That'd actually be great.
It would be.
We should do that.
Yeah.
At the end of each episode, we could have a segment, what we were wrong about. So
why we are sorry.
Just apologies.
Unsubscribe from us.
Yeah, but that being said, we do. I mean, we do our research, right? When we do go through these episodes,
there are some things that we talk about that we're not talking about beforehand.
Yes,
and
there are some
it's
that
kind of ad lib. So
yes, yeah. And now there are a lot though. When we do our research, we do thorough research, and
we're right 99% of the time.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying our best. We're trying our best.
Yeah.
Please be gracious.
Be kind.
Be kind. Yeah.
So the next one.
Okay. So I'm gonna can I put like a big red X right there?
Yeah, if you want to hurt my feelings, you can.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, man, but I think it's kind of funny that you're wrong.
Well, there's one right there.
Oh, yes. Big red X, dude. Will it do it?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. That's what I was
That's fine.
That works. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
big red X.
All right.
He didn't get it right. Thank goodness. This is good, though, right? Because then it means
I guess it is good. Although I did want to say chat first. But anyway, I digress.
He didn't say it. Okay. All right. Second statement. Most people think squirrels are just cute little thieves, but in 1987, one of them actually shut down the New York Stock Exchange. Did not know this. Turns out the real threat to Wall Street wasn't a broker, it was a rodent. And ever since, the security team hasn't trusted a single nut. Some say the squirrel was never caught, just promoted to middle management.
That's you. It's not? Are they all chat?
This is ChatGPT.
Come on, man.
Oh my goodness. This makes me feel really good though, because it means that if I or if anyone uses ChatGPT to carefully formulate something. Although maybe it's different when it's responses, do you think?
It could be.
It could be.
Yeah.
Like if it's a response directly to a question, like someone asks me a question, I text them back an answer, it might be a little bit different because you can kind of get more of a sense for the tone of how they would respond.
Right.
Than if it was just a random statement like this.
Yeah.
So, okay, maybe not, but
Still.
It's encouraging to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. 1932. Sorry, let me just read the whole statement. In 1932, the Australian military declared war on emus and surprisingly lost. It started when emus began invading farmers' crops in rural Australia. The Australian military was called in to help eradicate the emus and restore the farmers' ability to harvest their crops. Unfortunately, eradicating the emus proved harder than expected, and war was considered a failed effort by the Australian military.
This one's you. And I can tell you why.
I know. I think I know what you're... As
Capital
I was reading
E.
as I was reading it, I realized I was like, crap, I misspelled. There was some wrong punctuation on something.
Yep.
So that's why you're able to tell.
Yep.
Crap. So, okay.
So there.
Let me ask you this. If you couldn't see it right now, what would you have said? Be honest.
I probably would have said you again. I would have doubled down.
Okay.
I've been saying you the whole time.
You're right. So you might as well.
I might as well.
Might as well. Okay. Well, good job.
Give me a green check
I know.
mark.
Is there a check mark for this?
There should be. I saw one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big check mark there.
Finally.
Nice. Good job, Brendan. That was good.
Thank you.
That was good.
Yeah, I should have studied.
That's interesting. So I wonder, if I wonder if you could purposely put like misspellings in an email.
Yeah.
Like have ChatGPT do it.
Yeah.
And say, hey, misspell like one word or not apostrophe, you know, one thing.
That is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you'd be able to and then if someone was reading, it's like, oh, I know it's not ChatGPT because they misspelled something.
That would work.
That would probably work. Well, anyways, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Do you have your statements or your prompts?
I have some.
Well, okay, what's your thing? So we we miscommunicated, and that's on me because I had something. We have a Notion that we do for managing all the scripts and everything, or the agendas for what we do on this podcast. And so he had I had put one thing, and then I told him a different thing. I did the thing that I told him. He did the thing that was in the Notion, which was the right thing to do. So this is on me. But he has a different version of the same game.
Yeah,
Right?
I liked yours better, actually.
Okay, great.
So kudos to you. You
Thank
did better
you.
than the AI. So. But actually, because like,
Well, I got the idea from AI. So
oh, well, there you go.
I think I took the AI's idea and
You improved upon
I
it.
proved upon it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, so I did this one where
Okay.
there's tools, AI tools you could use.
oh,
right.
I have that one too.
Okay,
got
so
both.
I won't do that one yet.
Yeah, don't do that
Okay,
one.
okay, okay.
Well, we can do that now.
Well, I have. Well,
do you have the other one?
I do.
The prompt?
Yeah, so this is like a
Let's do
prompt
that one.
reversal, right? So you
Yeah.
have to figure out what prompt I use. Now, this is what the AI said we should do, and I thought it's just so broad and hard to guess.
That is
right?
very hard to guess. So am I guessing? So you're gonna say the statement,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna guess what the
What
prompt,
the prompt
was.
was.
Ooh,
That's hard.
that's hard.
can't do that.
You can't do that.
So,
Well, is that possible? Can you reverse engineer an answer from ChatGPT?
well, you can using ChatGPT. I mean, what I've done before
like,
is
would it say that?
yeah, like what I've done
Like,
before
it'll
is
give you a description.
I'll send a picture to Chat, right?
Yes.
I say, give me
A description of this.
prompt for this, right? I want to, whatever.
And the more detail it gives, the more accurate
Exactly.
the prompt will be, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
That makes sense. And honestly, it's almost like speaking of that, it kind of makes you think about, with coding and everything. I feel like prompting is going to be the new coding here soon.
It already is in some cases.
It is in some cases.
They call it prompt engineering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prompt engineering.
Yep.
Pretty crazy.
So actually, I'm just going to skip this because it's really kind of like you're not going to guess what the prompt was.
Hey, you
can
don't
have
know
an idea.
that?
You could get it. Okay, all right.
Are
all
you
right.
are you
I wanna do one of them.
undermining? Oh my god!
I want to do one of them because
Let's-
one of them.
Let's do one of them just to try it.
Yeah.
There's no way it's
One of them
gonna
was like,
happen.
okay, here, okay, like put in an image description, right? The description is the image. You're gonna get the
Yeah,
prompt.
I know. Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
So anyway, here I'll do this one.
Let's try it.
So this is okay. This is an email, right?
Yeah.
I asked. The prompt was generate an email, but you have to figure out exactly what the prompt said after that.
An email?
It's an email.
Okay.
So subject, photo delivery. Blink and you'll miss it. Hey, client's name. Just a quick note to let you know the listing photos are already on their way because apparently I'm not just a real estate photographer. I'm also a time-traveling wizard. Yes, believe it or not, your photos are being delivered less than 24 hours after the shoot. I know, it's outrageous. Who even does that anymore? Some say it's impossible. Others say I must have cloned myself. The truth may never be known. But really, thanks again for trusting me with the listing. If there's anything you need adjusted, just say the word. Although I'm currently working on developing psychic powers. So, ideally, just know. Best, Brendan Engel. What was the prompt?
Why did you ask it to do that?
I couldn't think of anything.
Did you say that you're a time traveling wizard?
No. No.
Did you say okay? Did you
have to guess the
say?
prompt. You only have one guess.
Did you say okay?
Generate
I'ma
an email.
Okay, so generate an email written to my client. I am a real estate photographer. Make it fun and give it a weird reason why I was able to turn around and give the product, like send the photos so quickly.
It was close.
Really?
Yeah.
How close?
So,
Could you read
okay, this is the
prompt?
exact prompt.
Okay, let's listen.
Generate an email to my real estate photography client, a realtor, in a sarcastic but smart way about photo delivery times being less than 24 hours.
Yep,
So, that is that.
that makes sense. That was pretty sarcastic.
So, it's kind of a funny example of ways you can use AI to
Yep.
send emails, obviously.
Yep.
You don't want to do that. But
Not quite. You don't want to be sarcastic.
It'd be boring to put something kind of boring.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, you want to do the
Tools.
The tools
I really
one?
want to do the tools.
I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the one where you cannot look at this iPad.
Bummer.
Can't look. No spying.
I'm going to get this one, though.
I think you will. I don't know.
So we have to guess the fake ones and the
I'm gonna
the real
give you
ones.
yes. I'm gonna give you the name of the tool, short description of what it does, and you have to tell me if it's a real thing or if it's completely made up.
All right.
And there's no in between. It's either like this is an actual tool,
Yeah.
or it is just completely fabricated. Ready?
I'm ready.
Cool. Clarity Weave analyzes your speech patterns and schedules to generate emotional wellness scores.
It's fake.
Fake.
Yes.
Good job. Going
Good.
with your gut. Got that one. Do you want to go back and forth, or you want to just...
Let's do back and forth.
Let's do back and forth. That's more
All
fun. Okay.
All right. So I got...
I think I'm going to do really bad on this one, actually.
This is called FX Guru. It's an AI tool that helps computer graphic designers tweak finished products by checking for inconsistencies and glitches. It's a computer vision-oriented approach.
Real.
Fake.
Ah.
And I wrote that.
You wrote that?
I wrote that.
Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
I tried to sound like chat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's do Glimpse AI. Generates AI-powered deja vu experiences based on your past memories.
False.
It's false.
Glimpse
Dang,
AI.
you're killing it, dude.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
That's a ridiculous one.
Yeah, it is a ridiculous one. Crap.
It's all good. All right, so this is a German one.
Okay.
It's called Marked AI, which is
Marked.
marked is market.
How do you spell that?
M-A-R-K-T.
M-A-R-K-T.
Yeah.
Marked.
It's an AI tool designed to help businesses reach their ideal customer bases.
Yeah.
All you have to do is input your business data, and it gives you a bunch of great marketing material and strategies for your specific niche.
Oh, crap. I don't know. I'm going to double down and say real.
It's false.
Oh,
Fake.
crap.
It's all
I was
made up.
so close to saying fake.
I'm
But I was
sorry.
like, you know what? I should just double down, go for it. And I was wrong.
No, it's fake.
Crap.
Yeah. There's no German AI marketing tool.
Man, so it's like, if we're keeping score, it's 2-0 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, crap, dude. All right. 11 Labs. Ultra-realistic AI voice cloning text-to-speech. Used in podcasts, YouTube, etc.
It's real. I've used it.
Oh, crap. I should have
Yeah.
known you've used that.
Yep. I'm sorry.
I should have done better.
All right, the last one. This one's actually kind of cool. This is Narrate. It's
Yeah.
spelled N-A-I-R-8.
Wait, say it again.
N-A-I-R-8. Narrate.
Narrate.
It's like narrate.
Whoa.
That's kind of cool, right?
Okay, sure.
It's a tool for writers that helps them get their ideas off the ground in a quicker and more efficient manner. Using cutting-edge LLM technology, Narrate aims to reduce time needed to publish essays and articles while keeping most of the creative work in the hands of the writer.
I got to triple down now. Like, there's no backing out. So I'm going to say it's... Did I say real?
You said real every time.
Real every time? Real this time.
It's fake.
Ah, crap.
It's a cool name, though, isn't it? I'm sorry, man.
No, dude.
I think I won, and I think I redeemed myself from those really bad prompts you gave me earlier.
Crap, dude.
Yeah,
Moral of the story, never triple down.
never triple down.
Don't even double down.
Yeah, don't.
Don't even.
Yep.
It's just never worth it.
That was a fun segment.
That was fun, dude.
Now I gotta come up
So
with
you won one and I won one.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but for the first one, I didn't even really get quizzed on that. Because I did the prompt one.
Yeah, that's true.
Did I win the prompt one? That wasn't even like a real...
No, it wasn't points.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think I'm the winner here.
I guess you're the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You go home now.
Good job. Okay, see you guys. All right.
Can I
That
open
was
my
fun.
iPad
See,
now?
I want to do more of that, dude. That was good. What? Oh, yeah, you can
Oh,
do
it's
that again.
off.
Oh, it's off.
Oh no, it was just dim.
Okay, good. All right, cool.
I'm blind.
Colorblind. I'm just kidding. That was low. Sorry.
Wow, dude.
All right. I had a few articles I wanted. Well, I guess they're kind of case studies, but I want to kind of go over them. It's really the last thing we have, actually, but there's like 3 different ones. So basically just all these different small businesses and how they're using AI with their operations. So this is one right here. And so there are 2 of them are from Business Insider, and the last one's actually not even a case study. It's just last article is just about a startup that's an AI startup I wanted to kind of mention. So this company is called Repurpose. It's an eco-friendly brand. Eco-friendly brand, I don't know, you know. It's a whole nother topic. But they're a brand that does alternatives to like plastic utensils,
Honestly,
which is actually kind of cool.
I like that.
I liked it too. That's pretty cool.
I hate
So
plastic.
yeah, so it's so they do plant-based, compostable, compostable. Is that the right word?
I think it is.
Did I say the right? Okay,
I want to say compostable.
I know.
I think it's compostable.
I guess so.
Yeah. Let's ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, yeah. So, but they do like all these like kitchen home products that are compostable. So,
So they're using AI?
well, they're not for that. Right?
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, yeah.
That's a separate note.
Okay.
No, they're not using AI for their manufacturing necessarily, But what they are using it for is just some of their operations.
Oh,
So
okay.
finance, finance is one that they mentioned. They actually have a list here I want to mention that they, I want to say.
Props to the ads not showing up. I like that.
I know. I don't know why it's not, but I won't question it.
Mm-mm.
But yeah. So it's actually pretty big though, because they sell at 20,000 retailers nationwide.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
That's pretty big.
And it says it's using AI to automate their financial.
Yes,
process?
that's what I was looking at. Yep, exactly. So they're focused on using AI to automate financial processes, optimize their marketing, and then streamline the employee review process.
That's actually like 20,000 selling to 20,000 retailers is a huge ask for an
pretty big.
AI.
Well, but that's not what they're using it for.
Well, no, I know that.
They're saying
like,
to manage that,
just to manage
what
that.
they're doing.
Yeah,
Yes, it is a lot.
it's pretty impressive.
It is actually. So, and I wish there was more detail in this article about more specifically.
Mm-hmm.
They don't go into a whole lot of detail about what all that looks like, but they kind of mention it briefly.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to at least go over what they mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have. Hold on. Let me go down here. Yeah. So and it's. Look at this, though, too. I was surprised. This is only a 21-person company.
Wow.
So a 21-person company is selling to 20,000 retail stores nationwide.
That's pretty powerful.
Yes.
No wonder they have an AI.
No wonder.
It's good they have that.
That's
I
what
bet that saves
exactly.
a lot
That's what I'm saying.
of
And
time.
we'll get to that. They actually estimate how much. They estimate with one of the segments that they're using AI in. But,
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So since they're a small company, that's kind of what she dives into here. Since they're a small company, they're wanting to utilize tools to, better compete, right?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, again, if it's a 21-person company. Pretty small considering the volume that they look like they're doing. So,
right.
Yeah, so it says that they started experimenting with ChatGPT for marketing and copywriting support. Then they incorporated a third-party financial platform to help with their billing, streamline their external payments to vendors and contractors, things like that. So that helps a lot. And so here we go. Before using AI, I'll just read from the article, I guess, right?
Yeah, no worries.
Before using AI, Repurpose largely relied on spreadsheets and paper-based processes for their financial management. So it's like Excel, right? Your run-of-the-mill stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Automating its accounting has eliminated the need for physical signatures and paper checks and documents, which saves time. Is better suited for repurposes entirely remote work environment. Wow. Which is interesting. Mm-hmm. And so then it says better aligns with their company's sustainability mission, which is true. Now, I think what's interesting here is they say automating. And that's what I don't know about this case. If it's like, because some of what people call AI is automating, as we ourselves have been learning. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what all, and that's why I wish there was more specifics on it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what all.
Kind of a bare bones article, I guess.
Exactly. And so is the next one, but the next one goes into a little more detail. Mm-hmm. And they clearly exhibit, the next one actually clearly exhibits that they have a clear understanding of what AI is, which is really good. But this one doesn't, I don't know. It seems like some of what they're talking about might be automating, not AI, as they say right here, automating. Right. So take that with a grain of salt. Mm-hmm. But it says right here that they estimate that for their finance team saves 2 days a week on their account payable.
That's pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah. So even if it's not AI, it's just automating. That's pretty remarkable. Right. But if it's AI and automation, that's great. But regardless, it's 2 days a week. That's a lot of time. That's pretty crazy. I mean, think about like what all you can do with 2 days a week extra
and that's
manpower.
All labor. That's all like labor. Everyone, 21 people. Yes. That's crazy.
That's crazy. A lot. Well, that's what I wasn't sure either. It might just be like, it says their finance
payable
team.
Tasks. So
yeah, like, that's
true.
I mean, think about the entire 21-person organization. Say that's like 2 or 3 people.
Still.
That's like pretty remarkable.
8 hours.
That's a lot of man hours that you're saving.
3 times 16, really.
It is. Yep. But yeah. So it says, like it says here, it's been able to streamline their productivity and give them some time back to do their tasks.
That's what we want AI to do.
That's exactly what we want AI to do. Yep. Exactly, which is great. Another one that they say here that I was actually kind of surprised by that they're using AI for is employee reviews, which I actually would initially thinking about that. I was like, I don't think that's really something like
Right.
that seems like an HR function.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't want AI to take over.
It's human resources, not robot resources.
Exactly. And I do still think that.
Yeah.
But as I was diving into this article, it does look like what they're saying is, basically it just kind of helps them expand. You see right here. So they're using an AI assistant feature in their employee reviews where basically it helps them, gives them suggestions for how to expand what they're already saying, which can be helpful. I still don't think.
I think it's weird.
I think that's weird.
Yeah.
And I think that's an area where, in the short term, might be okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the long term, I think that you'll see some drawbacks.
Yeah.
Of that,
for sure.
Where it'll really start to affect your organization.
Yeah.
Because say that you're like, because say that you apply that to all HR functions, right? And say that I was in an organization where I had an issue with another employee, issue with my boss or something like that. If you wanted to go to HR and say something to them, but it's just an AI assistant.
Yeah.
Or say that you're submitting, a form for that and it's AI enabled and it's adding on to, even if it's adding on to what you're saying, it's still adding words that weren't really there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just kind of misleading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about that one, but the other ones was pretty cool. Like especially for finance, finance operations.
Things that people don't want to do.
Yes. Things that, and again, like we've talked about before, repetitive tasks that
the hot word we have is menial.
That's right.
And we remember
that's right. The menial tasks.
Yes.
That no one wants to do. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That was pretty much all I had for that one, actually. And then they kind of go into the environmental impact of it all because they are, they're trying to focus on sustainability. That's kind of their whole business model.
Yeah, and AI is pretty, like it says, resource heavy.
Yes, with all the data centers and everything, it's pretty crazy. So
I wonder if they're even doing anything.
Yeah,
impact wise, interesting.
Yeah, and so that is another thing that they're, trying to evaluate with this. So
are they saving their own time or are they really saving the planet? I don't know.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, and I think their argument too, in this article at least, is that while that is a concern, in order to keep the company good financial standing to where they can offer their products better, and offer their products to more people,
right?
It's better if they are using AI to reduce the amount of man hours, their labor cost, right?
Yeah.
And if you can get that labor cost down, it helps you with your profitability, which helps the company.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I don't know. Yeah. It helps with the company longevity.
Yep.
Supposedly. But
we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Time will tell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyways, and then I really want to go into this one. My Mac is being slow. Sorry, guys.
Typical Mac, right?
No, it's not typical. Get out of here. I love Apple products.
I have a Mac.
Yeah, you do.
I have 2 Macs.
But you're a Pixel guy, really.
I'm a Pixel guy.
Pixel guy.
Yeah, I love Windows. So.
Yeah, but but I did want to go into this article. This company, so this is a Texas-based moving company called 3 Men Movers. They've been implementing AI, it says in the article, since the late 2010s, which is a lot earlier than...
Camera turned off.
Camera turned off.
Yes.
Stand by.
All right, we're back.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Our camera stopped recording. Anyways, I really want to dive into this article. It's about this Texas moving company, 3 Men Movers. They started implementing AI, excuse me, in the late 2010s, which is a lot earlier than some other companies, right? Which I think is interesting. So, but I wanted to dive into what they're doing. Let's see here. Hold on. There's the main lady. Yeah, this is the main lady, Jackie Fisher. Mm-hmm. And so they've been implementing AI for quite a while.
3 Men Movers, but it's a lady running it.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Yeah, I thought that was funny. But yeah, it's interesting. So they're using AI for their driving. That's one of the ways they're using it.
So route planning?
Yep.
Okay.
So they're using it for, let's go down here. Sorry.
I
Yeah.
don't forgive you.
All right. So their goal is to improve safety. The company installed cameras in the driver's cabin, and so it's like and what would this be considered? I forget what the type of computer vision AI.
Yeah.
Yes, computer vision AI basically. So there's a live video feed, and it just uses AI to detect distracted drivers, right?
That's good.
Which is really good, right? I'm pretty sure it probably helps with their insurance premiums even.
Oh, I bet it does.
And
Yeah.
so they're able to detect if, a driver's distracted, they're able to stop it, right? And it even says that both the driver and the supervisor receive a notification.
That makes sense.
Which may seem invasive, but I mean,
Yeah.
it
Well,
probably saves lives.
I drive an electric vehicle with
Yeah.
Domino's.
Yeah.
And they have one of those interior and exterior dash cams.
Yeah.
But the interior one's always shut down.
Really?
Yeah, it's never on. But
Interesting.
maybe they're just lying to me. Maybe
it is on.
I don't know. Maybe they're looking at me eat the pizza while driving.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And then another one they do is they use an open source routing machine technology. So it just identifies the best routes for the drivers. And within that, it also avoids like bad neighborhoods, stuff like that.
Okay.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. I was going to say, why don't you just use Google Maps? But I guess this is different because
yes, it is a little bit different. It's more technical.
More specific.
It's like it almost has like, I'm sure it has like some sort of crime map even.
Yeah, that's true.
Where it's able to detect these things, right? So here's what I love about, this lady, Fisher, the CEO, she has some really good quotes in here. That's why I really want to go through this article. And she's 100% right when she says this. There's a big misconception that AI was born in 2020 with the launch of ChatGPT. While it was a major turning point in AI adoption, machine learning, and data analytics for OSRM, which is open source, I think it's open source routing machine.
Okay.
Technology were already used in pioneering industries such as finance, telecommunications, and logistics, which she is absolutely correct in.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of funny. I was reading through some old journals yesterday.
Yeah.
And, just writing snippets and stuff from like 2016, and I'm writing about AI and stuff.
Yeah.
I was just like,
isn't that crazy?
I forget that I knew what AI was before 2020.
Really?
Sometimes I think about
I had no idea. I knew what machine learning was.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what AI was in general.
Okay.
So I guess there's a difference.
For some reaon, I kind of forgot that I already knew.
Yeah.
Like I keep telling myself, oh yeah, AI just kind of came out of nowhere.
Well, I think it makes sense because people.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people present it like that. That AI came out of nowhere in 2020 with ChatGPT.
I was shocked. I thought I was like, oh, I'm like a prophet or something. Like, no, no.
It was just a thing.
Yeah.
It's been here for a while. Yep, exactly right. Here we go. So here's where it says they avoid like high traffic areas, high crime zones, places with high crash rates, restricted areas, environmental hazards.
That's great.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it helps them.
It's a good. I mean, I bet it makes it more efficient.
Yep, more efficient, reduces liability.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. I want to read some of this. So it says, so they've determined that because of this computer vision AI they've been implementing, distracted driver detection system has an accuracy of 91%, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And it prevents 80% of distractions. And in the first 3 months of use, the system reduced the company's accident rate by 4.5%.
That's really good.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
So, I mean, that's an example of where AI, an AI technology implemented well into a small business has actual positive effects on the business, right?
Absolutely.
A net positive return.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
and she was ahead of the curve.
She was ahead of the curve. She still is. And so, because it keeps going here. Despite these results, implementing AI wasn't seamless. One of the biggest challenges, Fisher said, was integrating the distracted driver detection system, which makes sense. That's it's very finicky.
Yeah.
Some of the initial products the company tried returned too many false positives, such as misinterpreting a driver's moving patterns at different speeds, which is a big concern, right? And I think that that's one of the big things when it comes to developing an AI product, like an AI app, any sort of AI solution, is quality of data and how well you're able to train it.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Because if your data is flawed, you're gonna have
flawed results.
Yep, you're gonna have
obviously.
flawed results.
What you eat is what you are.
That's
Or
right.
How they usually say it. What
Yep.
you are, what you eat.
You are what you eat. That's
Like
right.
a normal person would say.
Exactly. Yep. And so so I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, that's
But,
awesome.
There's a few other things that she said in here that I really wanted to mention. Sorry. Yeah, here we go. I really wanted to read this part. This is, if you don't listen to anything else on this podcast, listen to this. Fisher added that testing is key for any small business adopting AI. She urges other small business owners to remember the risks of AI, to validate the technology. Companies should always ask tech providers to prove. Sorry, let me
You're
repeat
good.
that. Should always ask tech providers for proof points, such as case studies, information on how the results compare with industry benchmarks, and who will be responsible for implementation and false positives or hallucinations, meaning when AI tools deliver misleading or inaccurate results. And that is absolutely
Because
true.
who would be responsible? That's a good question.
Exactly.
Is it the owner of the business or the AI operator?
Exactly. And I feel like, and I don't know legally, is there a clear answer to that? Do you
I
think?
don't know the answer to that.
That's what I like to research that
Yeah.
actually, because if there's not a clear answer to that, like
There should be.
like it's always this or it's
Yeah.
always that, always on one party or the other. You need to clearly define that before you
implement it in your
Before you
business.
implement it
Yeah,
into your
you got to
business.
put that in writing because
Yeah.
if something happens, I mean,
it's
that's
too much liability.
yeah, Yeah.
Especially when you get to things like what they're doing with computer vision.
right.
I mean,
Yes.
it's your drivers are. I mean, safety is key there, right?
Yep.
So
True.
So I think it's really such a great quote there that of what she said for that. Yeah. Yep.
For sure.
Trying to figure out if I had anything else I wanted to say there. Okay, yeah, and then I want to say this part too. Along with testing, Fisher said transparency is critical for AI implementation. Her company is transparent with its team about when, how, and why the AI solution is interacting with them and their data. The company has also created a feedback loop, and I think this is a really key thing here. They also created a feedback loop so that every team member can share their suggestions and complaints about each solution.
That's really good.
I think that's really good too.
Yeah.
Because I think if your employees are not, I feel like, well, sorry, let me back up. So whenever a big company especially implements, I mean, it happens with any company, but especially big companies, when they implement a new technology, if the communication is not clear to the baseline employees about why they're using that technology, I mean, the baseline employees are not going to be happy with that. They're not
going to be happy. There's going to be a lot of questions. They're going to wonder why they're using this now. And it's going to be kind of confusing.
And it's just going to create resentment, right?
You need to have proper training involved too.
Exactly.
Training and answer and run a panel.
Yes,
kind of
exactly.
Tell your employees what you're implementing here and why it's good for the business and why it's good for them.
Yes,
And
why it's good
also,
for them.
there's a lot of fear that AI is taking over jobs. So
It's exactly, and so that's I think why it's necessary with any technology you implement right into your business,
right?
But especially with AI, you need to be very clear with your employees why it's happening, right?
Yep.
It's a little bit easier in a small business, I think,
Mm-hmm.
because you're probably more involved with your employees. If you're say 20 employees or less,
right?
You've probably talked to all your employees on a monthly basis, right? So
right.
So it's a little bit easier there, I feel like. But I think I think just the way this company in particular seems to be handling AI and how they're implementing it to their business just creates a great what's the phrase?
Company culture?
No. Sets a great example for.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no,
sets a really good example for any small business who's wanting to implement AI.
Right.
But I guess I can link this below our description for this video if I wanted to.
For sure.
I might. If I remember, I will. Hopefully I remember. But I'll try to link this so for anyone who wants to look at this article a little bit more or look into the company a little more, you can do that. But that's about all I had for that part. And then I came across this article about an AI startup that helps, I guess, contractors with their bids.
Okay.
Like and I guess this is particularly for like business to business sales.
Mm-hmm.
So like say that you're a contractor who's, sending their bid into a company for some work,
Mm-hmm.
and they're wanting to, look very professional and everything. This is a startup that helps with that using AI. So it makes it easier to send out your bids
Okay.
while still being professional.
Yeah.
So like RFP stands for request for proposal.
Okay.
And so basically you can respond to those requests for proposals faster. So the idea is that, it just improves your ability to respond to those, send out your bid, and hopefully get that job, right?
Yeah, that's a great tool.
It is a really good tool, actually. So it seems it's a UK-based company, actually. But I thought this was worth mentioning.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
just a tool I found this week.
It's a use case, and that's what we want to talk about.
It's
here.
exactly a use case, exactly.
Yep.
So, yeah, and I like to look into this more. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but it seems
Mhm.
like it's a very good tool for a very specific purpose. So,
Yeah, it's really neat.
if you are a business owner who is in this kind of a thing and you do a lot of bids,
And in the UK.
I guess I think it's for anybody actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's just based in the UK. But yeah. So
That's awesome.
all was interesting. But yeah, sweet. We have anything else we want to talk about?
I don't think so, unless there's anything you have.
I guess not.
All right.
Alrighty. Well, it's funny. Our past 2 episodes, we're at like 47 right now.
47, really?
Yeah. Well, okay, that's on the recording. We started right after the recording.
Yeah.
So we're probably at like 45-ish right now.
Right.
But our past 2 episodes are like 48 something. But
48 minutes on the dot, almost.
we were so close.
Yeah.
If we just sit here and
We could talk about like nothing.
what can we talk about?
Well, I'll mention this because I wanted to mention this while you're talking about.
Go ahead.
The Texas moving company.
Yeah.
Kind of just an offshoot. I was going to say when we're talking about AI taking over jobs.
Yes.
I'm reading a book right now. It's
Okay.
an Asimov book. Isaac Asimov. It's a science fiction book. It's
Yeah.
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 It's a sequel to his book iRobot, and it's called Caves of Steel.
Okay.
And in it, this book he wrote it in, I want to say 1951.
Okay. Wow. So that's a while ago.
Yeah,
And that's like
it's old.
just a few years after the first computer was made.
Yeah, it is very old. Yeah, it'll be 75 soon.
Yeah.
If not next year, I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, in it, it's basically a murder mystery story, right?
Okay.
Classic murder mystery, but it takes place in like a futuristic modern New York City.
Okay. Yeah.
And this police department, it's like kind of a detective noir book, trying to
Figure out the.
there's a
yeah.
detective and basically he has to work with a robot. And he's always
Oh.
worried that this robot's going to take over his position eventually because
That's
so
crazy.
it's kind of a tension there. Like, do I help him because he's supposed to, or
Yes.
the robot wants to help? Obviously, it's just it's interesting.
That is really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting to me because well, I guess here's a question: how long ago did they first have the concept of robots?
A long time ago.
Really?
So like robots before mechanicalized or the Industrial Revolution was a thing.
Yeah.
They were like in medieval times they had robots. They weren't powered by electricity, but it was like magic.
You know what? Because there was I remember that because there was I think it was a little bit after medieval times, but there was a chess robot that they made.
Yes.
And so have you seen that?
Yes.
Where there was a guy who sat in a box.
Yeah.
And he made a chess move, and this the mechanics of this machine would mimic that chess move on the board above it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this guy.
Yes.
playing.
I've heard of that.
That's so funny.
It's so funny.
That is so funny.
Yeah. So the robots have been an idea for a long time.
Yeah.
The modern idea of robots came after the Industrial Revolution, obviously, but it was the 1800s.
Yes.
I mean, the idea of having a machine do your work for you, it's kind of did the camera stop recording again?
Should we just push through?
Well, yeah, because we have this camera.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, sorry.
If you need to, you can cut close on
Yeah,
you with that
I don't
one.
need to. Though.
Okay, we'll do
But
it.
anyway, what I was saying was, it was sometime after the Industrial Revolution, 1800s, the idea of
Yes.
a robot taking over your job,
Yeah.
when everything was really hard labor for a long
Yeah.
time, was kind of
Isn't
a nice
that
idea.
Interesting.
But now it's not such a nice idea.
Not such a nice idea when you think about the economics of that, right?
Yes.
Who owns the robots? Who's making the money off them?
Right. Yeah, and that's actually something I'm really interested in these
Yeah.
Isaac Asimov books because it's kind of
Yeah.
it's a span of thousands of years of history in,
Oh,
this,
wow.
in this novel
Wow.
series, and there's this company that's making the robots, and they're making a lot of money.
They're making a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And actually, one of the
That's
short
crazy.
stories in iRobot, iRobot is kind of a book of short stories.
Yep.
And in one of the stories, there's 2 robot companies kind of not feuding.
Competing.
They're competing for like whoever's going to make this
market share.
Because what they were trying to do they were trying to get their AI basically to make a interstellar rocket, right? So they can explore interstellar planets.
Wow.
Right. So, and it was kind of like ChatGPT because they were like, oh yeah, we have to input the data to these guys to get what we want out.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of a fight to see who would get the information first. Wow. Yeah. It's really cool. I mean, I know you don't like fiction a whole lot, but if you ever,
but that would be
iRobot is a good short story. It's very,
reading.
very good to read. Yep. I'd recommend it.
Yeah. What's interesting about that too is that's only a few years after, because it was Alan Turing
Yes.
made the Turing machine, which is considered the first computer, and that was in World War II.
Yeah.
So this is like only 6 years or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, Isaac Asimov was a visionary. He knew
That's crazy.
It was like really crazy. I mean, iRobot came out in the late 40s.
Yeah.
Actually, he wrote the first iRobot story in 1940.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll have to. I might have to.
I'll give you my copies.
I
You
would
can borrow
maybe
it
need to
sometime.
read that.
Yeah.
I've got a long list of books to read, but
Yeah, me too.
maybe I should move that one to the front.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, thank you guys for joining us for this podcast. I guess that's about it. Oh, if you're here still, you might as well subscribe, right?
Might as well.
I mean, you obviously got something out of this.
Yep.
Or you had the song for background noise,
Right.
you know.
Still subscribe
And
for
even
more
if you
background
did,
noise.
yeah, subscribe for more background noise.
Yeah.
That's right. So, if you're on TikTok, give us a follow. If you're on YouTube, give us a subscribe if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that thumbs up button, only if you feel like it. I won't pressure you, though.
No,
So,
you have to hit the thumbs down button if you feel like it.
Yeah, if you want
We'll
to.
just block you.
Yeah, we'll just block you. That's okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
We can't
So,
do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for your time, and we'll see you for the next episode.
All right.
Take care.
See you.